The War Within will come with a few daily and weekly attempt mounts for you to work towards, so in this video I wanted to run through those mounts so you know what to be doing on a daily and weekly basis. So first of all, we're going to talk about the daily mounts, and the first one up will be Beladar's Spawn. The way this is going to work is Hallowfall has a kind of day cycle and a shorter night cycle where the crystal goes purple. This night cycle happens every 3 hours, and when that happens, Beladar's Spawn will spawn guaranteed in the zone somewhere. Now that's the difficult part, is figuring out where exactly it is, because it has a ton of different spawn locations across the zone. Luckily though, over the various beta builds, they have made it quite difficult to solo, so people should be making groups and calling out for help wherever they find it. The nice part about this rare as well is there's no guessing game. You don't have to sit around for hours waiting for it to spawn. You can go exactly when it's going to be spawning, wait for it to spawn, get your kill, and then move on with your day. This is going to be once per day per character, so you can kill this on your higher level alts. And so far from people testing, it does seem like the drop chance is fairly reasonable. I have seen a fair amount of these knocking around, so I'm going to say it is on the higher end of maybe 3 to 5%. Additionally, if you hit Renown 23 with the Hallowfall Arathi, you will be able to purchase an item that will tell you exactly where Beladar's Spawn is when it spawns. So it will show you on the map exactly where you need to go, which will make life easier if you don't have it by the time you hit Renown 23, which will take some time. With the War Within as well, there will be changes to how mythic dungeons work, and now these will become a daily lockout instead of weekly. So there will be some daily dungeons for you to farm every day for a chance of mounts. The first of those is going to be in Dark Flame Cleft, which we'll find within the Ringing Deeps, and clearing that dungeon on Mythic or Mythic Plus will give you a chance of the Wick mount, although this dungeon will not be in the Mythic Plus rotation in the first season, meaning it may not be possible to do this dungeon at all on Mythic or Mythic Plus until Season 2 begins. The next dungeon to talk about will be in the Ringing Deeps as well, and that will be the Stone Vault. And clearing that dungeon on Mythic or Mythic Plus, and this dungeon will be in the Mythic Plus rotation, will give you a chance of getting the Stone Vault mech suit. But because this is available on M+, you are going to be able to infinitely farm this throughout the day as well if you wish to, or you can do your daily attempt on just Mythic 0. Additionally as well, I thought it was worth mentioning that Necrotic Wake will be part of Season 1, which means Necrotic Wake will be available on Mythic and Mythic Plus, giving you a chance daily or infinitely at the Marrowfang Rains. The next mount to talk about is Aluna, and I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be a daily attempt mount or not, but I did want to touch on it in case it is, because it's quite a big deal if it is a daily attempt rare. So how this is going to work is there'll be a rare called Aluna, and to fight it you need to get your hands on 10 crackling shards. These are going to drop from basically any mob on the Isle of Dawn on an extremely low drop chance. We're talking around 1 in 2,000 kills. And once you get 10 of these shards, you can combine them together to create a Storm Vessel. You can use the Storm Vessel on Aluna, and now it'll be able to be fought. Now the person who goes through that effort to get the 10 shards will be able to fight the rare and get the mount on a 100% drop chance. Also worth noting, the shards cannot be bought or sold, so that person has to grind them all themselves. So they'll fight the rare, they'll get the kill, and they'll get that mount on a 100% drop chance. But we don't know if people taking part in the fight will have a very low chance of getting the mount either. I was only able to kill it once on beta because of how extremely difficult it is to fight, and the people who fought it with me did not get the mount. But that does not mean people taking part in the fight cannot get the mount. It could just be it's on a really low drop chance. So if you do know someone is going to activate the rare and fight it, it's definitely worth getting a tag until we know for sure if it can or cannot drop, because that could save you hours and hours of grinding, and you can get it in a kind of more easy but RNG way. The final of the daily attempt rares is going to be Ulrofus, and this drops from the Lurker of the Deeps rare in the Ringing Deeps. However, this does have a trick to it. To get it to spawn, we need to click these 5 levers across the zone at the same time. So you'll need 5 people to be on all the various spots that I'll be showing you now, and then they'll need to click it, so do some kind of countdown, get them to all click at the same time, and once that is done successfully, the rare will spawn over here where I'm marked now. If the levers aren't visible, it means the rare cannot currently be spawned, and you'll have to wait for them to respawn again. Next we'll be talking about weekly attempt mounts, and the first of those will be the Dauntless Imperial links, which is going to come from the Spreading the Flame event, which we'll find in Hallowfall. It's going to be kind of in the northish end of the zone, I'll be showing you now, and you'll head over there, and there's going to be a few different attempts we can have at the mount. There's going to be these kind of little events that pop up, and these happen by lighting the large key flames. Once those are lit, like a little event will happen in the area, and completing that will give you a purple bag. Inside the bag can be the mount. There's also going to be these lesser key flames, and if you light fight those, a little guy will come running along and it'll give you a quest, and you'll be able to do that quest and you'll have a chance of getting the mount from the bag that it provides as well. This is all going to be weekly attempt stuff, so you can clear all of this stuff out once per week, but you can do this on your alts too if you want much more chances at the mount. In terms of lighting the keyflames, you'll get these crystals from killing the mobs in the area or looting the Arathi chest in the zone. There is also an additional weekly activity that isn't active during early access, so once that is active we'll have a better idea if that can drop the mount too. I did also want to touch on Ka, Legend of the Deep. This is going to be awarded from the Fishing Derby achievement, which will take place every Saturday in Hallowfall. You'll head out there, it's not at a specific time, it'll take place through the entirety of Saturday. You'll pick up the quest, you'll have to fish up some trophy fish, and you'll have to fish up all the various fish from the entirety of Kazalgar. Once you do all that, you will get the mount. The last two mounts to talk about are going to come from the first raid of the expansion, which is Nar Palace. And both of those are going to drop from the final boss of the raid. However, the first one, the Surakai Skyraiser, is going to be able to drop from LFR, normal, heroic, or mythic difficulty, so you will have multiple attempts each week at getting this mount. And then the final one, the Ascendant Skyraiser, is only going to drop from mythic, and it'll probably work how mythic drop mounts normally work, where it'll drop 100% drop chance while it's relevant content, and it'll just be a case of winning the role or being given it. And that is it in terms of your daily and weekly to-do list for mounts. So there's going to be a few things for you to be working towards on a daily and weekly basis, and there are a handful of RNG drops, but hopefully they're not too bad as what we've seen in the past. Either way though, I do hope you get the drops quick, and look out for more videos coming soon. Thanks for watching guys, see ya.